Hello and welcome to our video guide on how to get the It Belongs in a Museum achievement in Outer Wilds. So you can get this achievement right at the start of the game if you know what you're doing. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump in our ship, take our suit because we're going to need that, and we're going to fly to the Ash Twin, where everything is going to happen on the Ash Twin here. Really what we have to do is bring an artifact back to the museum on Timber Hearth. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what qualifies as a artifact. I know the little tablets that you put in, you sometimes find, the Nomai tablets, those don't count. Tried that and it doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly to the Ash Twin, we're going to get the Ash Twin Project warp core in the center of it, and we're just going to bring it back to the museum. This game, if you've beat it before, or if you've completed it or have an idea of how to complete it, you know where we're going. If not, it's kind of a big spoiler for the game, so if you're just kind of achievement hunting and not really caring about completing the game, then that's fine. If not, this is kind of part of how you complete the game, so just a fair warning on that. So what we have to do here basically is land on the Ash Twin, and when we're at the beginning of the game here, Ash Twin's still covered in ash, so you have to wait for Ember Twin to start pulling the ash towards itself, and what this is going to do is start to reveal warp towers on Ash Twin. And you can't get into the spot we need to get into until Ember Twin does 3 orbits of Ash Twin. So we're just going to kind of hang out here. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to check out the view, basically. After the second pass of Ember Twin, the towers will begin to reveal themselves. The first one that'll show up is the warp tower to the Sun Station. And then the tower we're looking for is the next one after the Sun Station. The Sun Station one is obvious. It's coming up right here. It looks like a sun from the top. And then the one we're looking for is down below. It's this two tower structure here, with one of them being destroyed at the top. So we're going to land. It doesn't really matter where you land. You just want to make sure you land outside of the range of the ash column. So, because if you don't, your ship will get sucked up into it, and then you won't be able to get back to Timber Hearth. So we're just going to land, make sure we're well out of the way of danger, and kind of let this planet do its orbit around the Ash Twin. So like I said, this is going to be the second pass, and now it's going to start the third. So we can get out and we can kind of sit and wait in the destroyed tower up here. You got to watch out for those prickly cactuses. Once we get in here, we can just kind of chill out and wait. You can wait in your ship if you want, doesn't really matter. You'll have plenty of oxygen to wait for this to go down. But basically what we're doing is at the bottom of this is a warp pad that will bring us into the Ash Twin project. It's the only way you can get in there. Reading all the lore and stuff, you'll know that they made it completely solid so nothing could get in or out because it needed to protect the core inside of it. So this is the only way that they made to get in and out of the Ash Twin project. So now what we gotta do is we gotta hide underneath this little eave here and wait for the Ember Twin to come back. This is a pretty good view you get of all of the planets sliding between the slot and Ember Twin. Beautiful game. And now, like I said, we gotta hide underneath this little eave here. You can do it on the other side if you want, doesn't really matter. We just need to protect ourselves from the dust that's being lifted up to Ember Twin. Wait for a little while. There's no real science here. So just when it's like halfway through, you can jump through, and now we're warped into the Ash Twin project. So if you're not familiar with this, what we have to do is we have to move this ball over here, then move it up there, and that's going to open up the core chamber. Now we have to move this ball down, and that's going to turn off the gravity. So our goal here is to get to that thing in the center. As soon as the gravity turns off, you'll start to float, and you can make your way up carefully to the core. The core is that thing in the middle with the black and the white thing, and you just grab it and you go back to the warp pad. I kind of bumbled it a little bit here, but doesn't really matter. And now you're back to those two towers, and this is why we need to make sure that the ship was far enough away not to get sucked up. And we'll get back in the ship, and then we'll go back to Timberhearth. See if we can find it first, which I don't think we do. I think it's on the other side of the sun at the moment. Doesn't stop us from looking though. Yeah, see, there it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly over to Timberhearth, and we're going to land back on the pad that we originally took off from, because we got to bring it to the museum, or the observatory, basically, in the Hearthian village. You can tell it's the right hole because you see the observatory there, and you see the landing pad, and we come in a little hot. And we hit some trees, and classic 10-point landing. Perfect right there. Okay. Alright, so now we can just get out and jetpack our way over to the observatory, which is the building with the giant telescope on it. Of course, you're hearing this super dramatic music, which usually means you're about to die. I don't know what I did there. I thought I was gonna do some fancy trick, I guess. But really, you just gotta walk in the door. And that's it. As long as you're holding it in your hand, you'll get the achievement. And yeah, like I said, there's probably some other objects you can do to do this, but this is a pretty simple process and something that you learn throughout playing the game, so it just made the most sense to me. So yeah, that's how you get the It Belongs in a Museum achievement. If you liked the video, please give it a like, give us a subscribe to see more, and thanks for watching.